That was an awesome morning. That was, that's the cool thing about being here at Hawks Cay. We can always, go in any direction. Not that we can't find them here or even north, south, east, west, but that area around Big Pine is Tarpon Central.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome, man.
Also nearby are some of these bridges that we have, and most of them will hold fish. So the closest bridge to us right there was Bahia Honda. There are always fish around that bridge.
They're really back there now.
Wow, that's all yellowjacks, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, look at them right behind the boat. Oh, look at that.
Oh, yeah! Come on, come on. Oh, he ate it. He ate it. He ate it. Nice, baby. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I thought you said you had
Look at him, relax.
Oh, dude, he just ripped my boat off. Oh, awesome. Look at that big boy. Woo.
The Hawks Cay Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, with Captain Tom Rowland and Captain Rich Tudor.
So the fishing in the Lower Keys has been pretty good. We wanted to go check it out, put the boat on the trailer, put the skiff on the trailer, and then leave out of Hawks Cay pretty early in the morning. We were lucky enough to have some really good weather too. I mean, slicked off. So we go down there to boat ramp we like to use around the Spanish Harbor area.
That was an awesome morning. That was, that's the cool thing about being here at Hawks Cay. We can always, go in any direction, whether we, just run by boat or we trailer. And especially when we take a little boat, it's easier just to put it on the trailer and, about 20 miles down the road, launch there. And that area has just always been known for the little tarpon. I mean, when we were looking for the little tarpon, not that we can't find them here or even north, south, east, west, but that area around Big Pine is Tarpon Central.
And it also leaves, it open for many other options. So we didn't really know what we were going to do, whether we were going to stay on the tarpon all day but the first thing that we saw, as we're pulling into the boat ramp on the other side of the road, we're seeing the pelicans diving, and we know there's pilchards over there. So that kind of gets the wheels kind of turning, like, well, we'll go try this tarpon for a little bit, and if we score and it's good, we'll keep doing it, and if not, maybe we'll go catch that bait afterwards. So we get into the first spot, and sure enough, they are very happy, and a lot of fish are around.
That first hour in the morning is always magic for the tarpon, and we got out there, and instead of having to pole in or troll motor in, a long ways, we just picked up the binoculars, scanned that shoreline, and immediately we could see them, rolling. That was a half a mile away. We were seeing the fish roll, right. Maybe even further, and didn't just immediately engage that first set of fish. We kind of saw a fish there, saw another one. You could see that they were, kind of working their way down the shoreline, and kind of got positioned where we could go downwind and just engage them, with the best opportunity possible.
Right. And as soon as I put the jerkbait on, I think it was the first cast, a fish rolled far in the distance and one rolled closer. So you went for the one closer. I went for the one farther in the distance. You hooked up first.
Yep.
And then it wasn't but just a second later, that fish just crushed that jerkbait, and we had a really nice double going.
Yeah! All right. Nice.
There he is.
Oh, there he is. You got him?
Yep. Started trying to throw shrimp to the tarpon.
Yep.
And the shrimp is a bait that tarpon really like. They obviously eat tons of them in the natural world. So if you have a live shrimp, that's pretty much a no-brainer. So if you have some very, very picky fish, the shrimp is a bait that you can make it land in the water kind of softly, and then it actually is swimming around, and few tarpon will refuse it. But the problem with the shrimp is that unless you have some real giant ones, they're not very heavy, so you can't throw them very far, or maybe you throw them off the hook. And that's exactly what I experienced there on that morning. You stuck with the shrimp, but I decided, man, I'm coming up short on every one of these shots. I'm going to a jerkbait. Yep. And I went there because I could throw it so much further, probably twice as far.
At least, yeah.
Woo-hoo-hoo, that was great. Oh, you got off? It's just like the worm hatch. The last thing you want to do is actually catch one.
Just that whole setting, like, I'm a morning guy. Like, I like the mornings. You tend to like the afternoons, but the morning for me, that is the best time to be out there. I just love that morning light. It's calm. Everything has been sitting all night long, undisturbed, and you're the first boat in there. So you're going in there, and it just seems like it's the most pristine that is going to be all day. And sure enough, oftentimes they bite very, very well in the morning, and they did this morning, but just the way those fish jumped in that morning light is just, it was so beautiful, and we had this nice weather where it's just flat, calm. That's gotta be, you know, I say it every time, whatever we're doing, you know, that's my favorite, but that truly is definitely one of my favorite situations. It's just so nice and calm and peaceful and beautiful. It definitely is right up there on the list of the favorite things to do.
Thank you, Mr. Tarpon. Wonderful way to start the day.
There he is. Oh, yeah.
Angry.
The Hawks Cay Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you in part by Hawks Cay Resort. Find what lures you. LOWRANCE, America's #1 fish finder. B&W Trailer Hitches, towing adventure. Mercury Marine, go boldly. St.CROIX Rods, the best rods on earth. Waypoint. And by Ameritrail. Daiwa. Marathon, Power Pole, and Vibe.
You know, we had that nice calm, you know, first hour or two in the morning, but that wind picked up significantly, you know, as that morning progressed, and really some of those, you know, rolling options and sight fishing options really were getting less and less. You know, we were in the skiff, so we were thinking maybe we'd, you know, go bonefish, and maybe we do this, maybe we do that, but with that wind picking up, really, you know, all of a sudden those pilchards became a great option.
Yeah, and with a well full of pilchards, there are so many options that we can have.
Lots of bait. Wow. There are nicer ones out here too.
Yeah.
That ought to do it. If we can find some tarpon, they ought to eat those. This is the cool thing about this time of year. All this bait starts to show back up on the flats. That should be enough.
Well, this particular spot is always good for the bait. Was not hard to get. The bait was very plentiful.
Yeah, they were really in that little pocket. It was kind of nice. You know, we just ran around the corner. I mean, literally right on the other side of the boat ramp from where we had launched. It couldn't be any more convenient. It's almost like having them pinned up, you know? I mean, we literally launched the boat. The bait was just there. We saw it earlier in the day when we launched, and we were like, oh, we'll go back. And sure enough, we pulled in there, and, you know, they're flipping everywhere. One throw, and we were done.
Right. And so now, as we have that, it's like, where can we take these right now to where we could have a pretty good chance of catching something pretty cool? And so also nearby are some of these bridges that we have. There's a lot of bridges in the Florida Keys, and most of them will hold fish. So the closest bridge to us right there was Bahia Honda. And we just slid right over there to Bahia Honda, and it's like, you know, you just have such confidence when you have a well full of pilchards. Like, we can pretty much make something happen where it's not currently happening.
Yep.
So that's a whole different style of fishing. You're gonna go to where you know fish hold, and that is an iconic place where there are always fish around that bridge.
There he is.
There he is. On.
Yeah, whoa!
Yes,
as soon as I
sir.
threw in the water, man.
Yes,
that was
sir.
good. That was good. That's cool.
There's one, two.
Oh, double!
I got something. This isn't the tarpon though, it's something else.
Yeah. That's awesome. I gotta keep mine out of the pilings.
Yellowtail snapper.
Really?
Yeah.
That's almost a keeper.
I know, check him out.
That's crazy. I wouldn't have expected that.
Probably catch just about anything at this bridge.
Coming up right here. Mine's almost to the boat. This is the first time we've ever caught the small tarpon here at Bahia Honda. Done the big ones here a lot, but this is kind of cool. I was always thinking there had to be little ones here in the fall.
Yeah, there's definitely some fish here.
Yeah, that's a really cool spot. We've gone there many times, but always in the spring when that big tarpon are there by the thousands. We've seen them just rolling, just thousands of tarpon rolling there. We've seen the hammerheads chasing them. We've caught a hammerhead there. We've fished there for the rolling tarpon, and things like that, like we did in the morning. but I knew there had to be some little tarpon there,
Yeah.
and all kinds of other fish. So it was kind of cool just to be able to try something totally new. We'd never fished there that time of year, and in that style with the pilchards.
Well, what you do anytime you have those pilchards is just start trickling some out, you know, live chumming. And it's a technique that really, it's really an offshore fishing technique where, you know, start putting the pilchards out and the tuna or whatever's there is going to come up to the surface, and all of a sudden you're not really offshore fishing on the bottom, you're offshore fishing on the top. It's very visual, you can see, you can throw lures to them, everything is more exciting. Well, that works just the same on the inshore. You know, we start trickling those things out, and pretty soon we're starting to see big swirls, and right away you get a tarpon.
That is awesome. I like this size better anyway. We don't have to chase them.
Right. Maybe the best size of all.
There he is. Oh, yeah.
Angry.
So I wonder if the sharks are here in the fall like they were in the spring.
Oh, there's another buster back there. Way back there.
Sweet.
Good work, man.
Yeah, man. I got my tarpon. Now we got all day to go get a bonefish and permit.
Yeah. The easiest way to curse a slam.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy with this one.
Yeah, man, we saw the tarpon busting on the pilchards. That's exciting because you know he's there, and just a matter of getting a bait to him. And I threw over there and, you know, just started feeding it out, free lining it back, and, you know, came tight. And sure enough, man, nice tarpon.
Very nice. That is a cool fish. Yeah, this is the first time I've even seen a smaller tarpon here under the bridge, you know? We get them like this at Long Key and around Duck Key and stuff like that, but...
Big part of that is actually looking for them.
Yeah, that's right. It's cool. But with all those pilchards right there, we found those at right by the ramp.
Yes.
Might as well try it here.
Very convenient.
Very nice. That is a cool fish.
Another tarpon to the day, which was fantastic, and I'm kind of thinking, you know, this is going to be epic. Like, there are going to be a ton of tarpon here, and so pretty soon we're starting to see some other swirls and pops and busts, and we get Jack Crevalles.
There's one just busted right behind the boat. Another one busted right behind the boat. Those
Saw
are
that.
Jacks, I think. There he is.
I like Jacks.
Yeah, we got him schooled up now.
Double. Nope, got off. No, I got him. Well, that's a strong fish, boy.
Yeah, you got a bigger one than I do.
The Jack Crevalle is a fish that definitely lives at that bridge, frequents it all the time. You can catch lots of them there, but it's also a very aggressive fish. And I think that even if the tarpon are there and there's a lot of jacks, the jacks may get up in front of the fish and
They beat 'em
get
to it.
something, beat them to it. Got a lot of head shaking. Definitely a jack. Thought he was gonna get me around that bridge. He was just a little faster than the tarpon.
Well, we're getting some action.
All about the action. A couple of Jack Crevalles in, you mentioned that you hadn't seen yellow jacks in quite some time. And,
Yeah.
well, there they were. That's
That was
where they
incredible.
were.
Oh, yellow jack. Haha.
There you go.
We were just talking about those. That's great. That's my dinner. We were just talking about yellow jacks. Yeah, I really do enjoy eating these. These are surprisingly good eating.
It was really like the tarpon are biting right away, and then these Jack Crevalles move in, and they just kind of shut it down. And I mean, I don't know, maybe we should have moved, maybe I should have stopped chumming, I don't know, but it was fun catching the jacks. But they're not good to eat, you know, so it's kind of like, you know, you catch a few of them and then you're kind of moving on. But the yellow jacks, what's great about those is not only are they fun and exciting and you know, get the surface bites and stuff, but they are so good eating too. So I was kind of hoping that this would show up so we'd have a couple fish for dinner.
Well, they showed up all right. There they are. They're really back there now.
Wow, that's all yellow jacks, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, look at them right behind the boat. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at them all. That's awesome. There's some big ones in there. Look at them. Oh, look at them going crazy everywhere.
Got him.
That's a good one there.
There it is. Might be something different. I saw him kind of zip in there and get it. I think it's a big yellowjack.
Oh, that's a nice one. Big old giant yellowjack right on the top. Oh, that's awesome. That was cool. Oh, he's gone.
It was so
man.
fun to watch. You know, we'd throw a handful of bait out there and just watch the frenzy. I mean, right behind the boat, they'd frenzy up and just, I mean, just yellow, just swarm, just coming up there, boom, boom, boom. And what was even cooler is when you'd hook one, you know, especially if you'd get them up near the surface, you'd hook that yellowjack and just kind of hold them near the surface and he'd be thrashing. 10 others would just swarm up right underneath of them. I mean, it was really cool.
Look at them all. Look at that crazy school of them following mine. Golly. That is insane, man.
Well, they're smart. They don't like this jig so much.
Look at them all.
Got him, though.
Wow.
They were hesitant to eat that jig, but I got him to bite it.
The crevalles took over from the tarpon and the yellowjacks took over from the jack crevalles.
Yeah, they sure did.
Wow. These are cool.
Boy, look how lit up that mine is. He is so yellow.
Yeah.
Never seen one quite that lit up.
What a cool fish. Wow, that's a nice one.
Look how beautiful he is.
Yeah.
Lit up, man.
Golly. And this is, you know, just an amazingly good eating fish too.
Yeah, they really are.
That's what surprised me. We used to catch them just every now and then, but then we started getting into them more and eating them, and it tastes a lot like mahi. No shortage of action when you got a well full of pilchards.
That's right. My first job in the fishing industry was a fly fishing guide in Wyoming and Idaho. I started at the very, very bottom, and my first job was to have to change all the bearings on everybody's trailer, because that's really what got us to the river and back safely. So I learned how to change bearings, and I got to be pretty good at it, but I never really liked it, and I never really wanted to do it. Now, we're very fortunate that when we get our new Ameritrail trailers, they come with a hub that is a 6-year, 100,000-mile warranty, grease-sealed, ready to roll. For 100,000 miles, I can trust those bearings, and I don't have to check them regularly at all. But a lot of people will operate out of a marina, and they'll either have their boat in dry dock storage or just tied up at the dock, and they'll keep their trailer in storage. Then, when it's time to go explore someplace, like going down to Key West or going up to Biscayne Bay or taking a long trip somewhere, or maybe you're going to evacuate from a hurricane, they put their boat on the trailer and then they have bearing problems. If you're keeping your boat stored somewhere, make sure that you think far enough ahead to where that you can get that trailer to a mechanic and have them either service or at least check your bearings for you if you don't know how to do it yourself. Good bearings are really important. They come standard on the Ameritrail trailer, and I'm glad I don't have to think about it anymore for 6 years or 100,000 miles.
The Hawks Cay Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you by Yellowfin, only in a Yellowfin. Huk. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, your adventure starts here. Florida Marine Tracks, clarity in navigation. Buff for the ultimate sun. And by Motor Guide. Nikon. Wiley X. Lithium Pros. And Bernowin Rod Holders.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching the show. You know, we'd like to get to know you better, carry on the conversation, and the best way to do that is follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Look at them all right here following mine. Golly, there's so many of them.
Got him. Oh, see that?
Yeah, this is incredible fishing. They're a lot like the mahi. They school like them, taste like them.
God, wow. I've never seen them eat just a jig like this before, ever. Usually they get really wise. We've got them going today, boy.
Wow, what a beautiful fish.
Yeah.
You know, they're so unique color, that beautiful light blue, and then the yellow little dots, dashes. Very cool.
I like any fish that will make themselves available to a sight fishing opportunity to where you can see the fish in the water, you can cast to them. That just makes it a lot more fun for me. And you know, in this situation, you know, we're scrambling to put the baits on, but we're also kind of running out of bait. So I went right to a jig, not even a good jig. It was an old beat up jig with a dried up piece of artificial shrimp on there. You know, you should definitely change it, but it was hot and heavy action, and I was just like, I'm just giving it a try. And they were eating it, man. They were eating it. Every time that I got it in there just right, they would eat it. This shrimp that I have is so on its last leg. It's barely on the hook. Dang. We're gonna be worn out before we get a chance to fish for permit.
Yeah, that's a pretty good problem to have, huh?
I'll tell you what, you could bring somebody here that hadn't done a lot of fishing before in salt water, and they would be wondering why in the world you wanted to go anywhere else.
I'm kind of wondering.
They're really following.
Yeah.
They weren't doing this when we fished them in the spring, not
Right.
quite as much as they are today. I mean, they're really following each other, like you say, like a mahi.
The yellow jacks moved in. You notice we didn't catch any more jack crevalles. It was the more aggressive dominant species. You know, the tarpon moved in, the jack crevalles took over from them, and then when that school of yellow jacks came in, they took over from the crevalles. It was pretty cool.
But that is interesting because the jack crevalle is usually a far more aggressive fish than the yellow jack. But that day, there were more of those yellow jacks, and they were certainly the man around town right there. So everybody else moved out, and we pretty much caught them until we didn't want to catch anymore. And you know, that was a great day.
Beautiful fish.